So, hello everyone. My name is Nancy, and I'm so excited to bring you this interview today, where we're going to be exploring the connection between wellness, human connection, and dancing. What prompted this was my longtime friend, and as I like to call her, my salsa mother, Miss Barbara Bernstein, wrote a book, and the book is called Salsa Dancing and Rueda de Casino Guidebook. And she's written this after years of teaching Rueda de Casino in the DC, Maryland, and Virginia areas. Pleasure to have you today, Barbara.
Thank you so much. Thank you for such a nice
Yeah.
introduction.
So, who were your early mentors, and how did they influence your teaching and your learning of this particular style?
My salsa mentor was Glenn Minto, and Glenn was just an amazing dancer. His styling was fabulous. And he was an unusual combination of being equally a very outstanding dancer and a very outstanding teacher.
What are some of the biggest lessons that you've learned in teaching movement?
I am a fairly lopsided person in my skills. I always had a lot of musical skills, but I've always been very weak on things you do with your hands, like, well, I'm poor at digital things using computers, mechanical things. When I'm working with people that are learning things slowly, I remind myself
Hmm.
that there are things that I learn slowly, and it helps you, I
Hmm.
think, be patient.
Patience is so important, I think, as a teacher. I can relate to your example because for me, I had to learn English as an adult, right? And
Ah,
so I had trouble, and I remember, how much work it took to understand, to get my thoughts together, to have a clear conversation with someone. And I think as teachers, we have to value the desire of students that are there and that are willing to go through the process and receive our instruction. And to me, when I was teaching, that was something precious, and I would always think of how can I break this down in a way that this person can actually get it? Because once they know it, they know it. So I want to switch gears. I want to show my copy of the book. Here it is,
hey,
Salsa Dancing and Rueda de Casino Guidebook by Barbara Bernstein. And I want to talk about, in this section, I want to talk about what inspired you to write this book.
when the pandemic came, I lost my hobby, the ability to do my hobby and my job at the same time. And I was
Mhm.
really pretty bereft.
Yeah.
And I always like to use my time productively.
Mhm.
I'm kind of a nut about that. So I thought, well, I'm going to use this time. I've got all these videos to write up the advanced moves and find them where I use them in shows that I had recorded so that I could have a description and then a video of that move. Because I'd done a lot of programs at that point, and
Mhm.
most of the things I knew at one time or another, we had performed. And I was telling one of my sons, I'm writing up all this material on the advanced moves so I don't forget them, to use my time wisely. And then I thought, I'll add to it what I've already written up for students. And my son said, Mom, that's a book. And I thought, yeah, that is a book. And
What
then
it
I
is,
kind of
yeah.
got onto some kind of perfectionistic wave where I wanted everything to be really clear and comprehensive and include all this other things that I know besides just moves and so on. And
Mhm.
I kind of drove myself crazy. And a few people said to me, Barbara, you can get it perfect or you can get it done. And I thought, that's also right. And so at some point I cut off, but it's very comprehensive, as anyone who looks at it can see.
Yes.
There's a lot of appendices and chapters on just all kinds of different things that I think are interesting to people who dance.
So one of the things in the book that I really enjoyed was the chapter called "The Synchrony and the Ecstasy: The Health Benefits of Dancing." And so I just wanted to elaborate a little bit on that.
I thought that I had just been very lucky to be teaching a group that was so friendly and
Mhm.
sociable. I could see everybody became friends. On Fridays, the emails would swirl. Where are we dancing? People started helping
Mhm.
each other get jobs. People started rooming together, dating. And I just thought, what incredible fortune I have to be teaching capable dancers who are also so pro-social.
Hmm.
And in time, I came to see that there is not a Rueda group that I've ever come across that doesn't have this kind of warmth and connection and friendship develop among the dancers. I mean, it's extraordinary. There are many other dances that create friendships, but not the way that I saw.
Hmm.
And so I started to kind of read up about this, and there's a phenomenon called muscular bonding, which happens when people dance in synchrony.
From the military perspective too, because in the military there's that sense of camaraderie and bonding that happens, and it's just a special feeling that only the people that have been in the military really understand. And I think it comes from the same thing.
Well, more than that, Nancy, that's how this whole theory began. The first person who proposed it was a gentleman by the name of O'Neill. And again, this is in the book. And he based this on his marching drills in the military. He said he felt, if I remember his words, a sense of profound elation and of being at one with others. And that it was so, so strong. And it only happened after a lot of drilling in synchrony with the other soldiers.
I
And
remember being a part of the Danceintime group. I think I came through maybe around 2008, the early 2000s for sure. And I was just amazed about just about the community that builds around teams such as the one that you led. We had activities, we had events, we had performances. But outside of that, the interaction when we were not on the dance floor, and we were not performing, was still there. And to be honest with you, I think I was telling you this morning, I was speaking to one of my friends who I met in a Danceintime class, and who is a fellow Rueda instructor, Mr. Cedric Teamer. And that connection has been there for over 20 years now. And our friendship began just learning the moves that you were teaching us in a Rueda class. So we're coming up to the end, and I just want to ask you a couple of more things. So if Barbara, if anybody's hesitant to try dancing, what would you say to them to encourage them?
I would say no one comes out of the womb knowing dance moves and stepping in a rhythm. Everyone had to learn. It's just a matter of practice. You can really learn anything you want to learn.
Yeah.
It's a question of how much time you want to put in. That's
Yeah.
my firm belief.
I want to talk about where you can find the book, Salsa Dancing in Rueda de Casino Guidebook.
So if you type in Barbara Bernstein's Salsa book into Amazon, it'll come up. If you go to danceintime.com, which is my dance website where you can find out about classes in the DMV area and so on, you can find links on my website that get you to the Amazon link. So there's a variety of ways.
Very nice. Any final thoughts or messages you'd like to share?
Well, Nancy, I want to tell you how much I appreciate you doing this. I have always appreciated everything you've done for Danceintime as well.
It goes back to you. Thank you so much, Barbara. I think I mentioned at the beginning, even though I was aware of salsa dancing in general, I think you opened up a whole new world for me that I was not aware of. And so many good things came out of that.
Thank you so much. This has been really fun. Thank you for
Very nice.
doing
Very
this.
nice. I just want to leave everybody with the last statement is dancing is not just for fun. It can be a life changer. It can bring more joy, deeper connections, and a healthier you. So that's it for me. Thank you so much, Barbara. I'll send you much love from New York and a
Thank you.
big hug.
Thank you.
Cante conmigo una canción bajo la luna. Y en mi corazón quedó su pobre corazón quemado. Traje mi maleta a un amigo fiel. en mi corazón todo mi amor y mi querer. Y si estoy no soy el presente en el futuro por ti.
Cuando yo te miro yo me inspiro y todo lo que pienso lo escribo. Lo que me propongo lo consigo, mucho más ahora que estoy contigo. La mujer de mis sueños, la que quiero dar todo mi empeño. Eres mi corazón, tú eres dueño, tú eres mi dueña, yo soy tu dueño. Con el moral, soy tu dueño. Por el amor, contigo siempre de todo, mira que no por el mundo. Te tira tu camino por lo tú siempre estás ahí. A subirme los testigos cuando me siento down y me subo a la tarima, me levantas. Le damos a mi aquí, ¿sabes qué? Descarga como mi bandera, descárgale. Lo que quiero es que te da dentro. Y donde está la gente que me quiere, y donde está la gente que se mueve. Después de la coma, viene el punto, me corrió cola con el conjunto. No te vayas, mi amor, tú sabes lo que siento.
Wow, give it up for Danceintime from DC. Thank you so much, Barbara, for all that you do for our community, all the dancers that have come through you. We appreciate
Bond, glad I caught you on the phone. A beautiful but deadly female spy has stolen government secrets. She keeps them on a flash drive on her person, but she's always surrounded by bodyguards, except when she performs with her salsa team. You must dance with the team and steal back this flash drive. They are doing a salsa rueda routine that includes steps from other dance styles. Good luck, Bond.
Danceintime.